Hey guys, this is Fuzzrig, aka Cardell, and if you've seen me on Twitch, I am veritable there. Welcome to EPGP. This is a quick overview, or hopefully quick overview of the EPGP raid loot system. If you are unfamiliar with it, please go check it out. The description to the wiki is on Cursed website for the add-on in the description, so you can go read all about it. So let's start off with, this is the third incarnation of this add-on. I could not copy the code from the World of Warcraft version. The APIs are just way too dissimilar, so what we have is a similar looking but completely recoded version of it. There's certain things that it does not do, and I'm going to go over them now. It does not synchronize between raid leaders. One person will run this in the guild, and that is it, unless you want two separate loot lists. It will not transfer or synchronize yet. There currently is no way to do it. Technically, you could store it in the officer notes. However, anybody can change their officer notes. There is no permissions in the guild list yet. We will see if that changes in the future. So until then, nothing. One person only. Deal with it. Alright. So the next thing is the hover menu that I have put to the right of the top left menu bar. Tells you your basic defaults. Now I have changed my defaults. This is actually the second time I've done this today. We will try and go over this really quickly for you. So what we have is your group. Now this will only show up if you have you're in a group and you're in a guild. It will probably pop open with a blank list. It will not generate it unless you are in a group and a guild. So your first time you run, you're not going to have anybody in here probably, and it doesn't matter because we're going to walk you through the default settings and first time running right now. So form your group. Could be a 5-man, whatever you want to do. Just get in your group that you want to run with, and then what you do is you go into this config, you right click the menu, go into config, and you'll see different little sections in here. So you've got your bases, so your minimum EP or effort points, your base GP or group points, the decay rate, and the recurring EP. So the top two are when someone new joins or when you're first setting it up. It's going to assign these default values to the person, or to everybody that's going to join. So when we do the reset, everybody is going to get these base values. So everyone will start off at the same level, and everyone should be happy. The next one is the decay. So every, say, Tuesday morning or Wednesday, whenever you want to start your raid week, the raid leader is going to decay everything with the little decay button at the bottom. And this is in a percentage, so it's going to subtract it. If you look up here in the hover, it says decay equals 20%. So when you press this button, it's going to take 20% off the GP and the EP for every single person in the list. Whatever this is, that's the percentage it's going to do. The recurring EP is for the, say, the raid recurring timer that goes on. So everybody that's currently in the group, there is a timer that I will show you, and it will give this amount at whatever interval you set. The individual awards section. This is there's a right-click menu on every single person that I will show you, and these are the top 3 in there. You have an on-time award, you have a late, and then you have a standby. So the on-time, let's say the person got on time, you want to give them a bonus. There you go. Right-click their name, choose on time. They will get 200 EP. Set this to whatever you want. The late people, punish them, so increase their GP by 200. And the standby is for people who are not currently in the group, but they are marked as a standby person. There's a caveat with this right now. If they have never raided with you before, they are not in your list, you cannot give them standby points. So you have to somehow add them to your list. Maybe add, if it's a 10-man and you have 15 people coming, add all 15, and then put your, do a mass award of 250, and that will add everyone in. Otherwise, you're gonna have to keep a track of who it is, and then give them awards later, like invite them to the group afterwards or something, and then give them you know, how much people have gotten over the course of the raid. So if you're in there for 2 hours, you'll need to give them, say, 250 times 4 times 2 hours, right? That's, yeah, whatever. Do your math. Anyways, once you've done that, here's you click save, and all those settings are saved, and you don't have to touch it ever again. So like I said, your first run, you're going to want to come down here, and you're going to want to go /EPGP reset. And you're going to reset your list, and everyone's going to be set to nothing, and people will freak out usually. That's okay. Yeah, it's good to go. So now what we have is we're going to go over your mass award. So now you have this awesome Finnish rock stars, and we're going to give everyone 250, and there we go. So now everyone has 250 more EP, and we're all happy again. So there we go. That's your EP reason there. This will be going into logging once you can synchronize. I will worry about the logging later. Right now it really wouldn't do anything other than maybe figuring out how much people have gotten over the course of a raid, but whatever. Then you have this little recurring. So this recurring, the text box is how much or how often the default value in the config is going to be awarded. So all you do every 15 minutes, I have it set to 250 right now in the config. So when I click this, it's going to give recurring timer 250 EP every 15 minutes. And that is all there is to that. Right click menus, you've got a late, you've got an on time, and you've got a standby. And down here you see it's got late, on time, and standby points. There you go. You're having fun. You're awarding people. Now the last one is the award loot. So let's go, and I'm just gonna pull up. I have the code in here. Anyone who's done Master Looter is going to recognize at least part of this. There is a loot list that will show up when you've actually looted something, and there is a window with all the people in the raid group. You select their name and click assign. This here is just done with a script, just so I can show you what the button is. I'm not going to actually go and try and wait for an item to drop. It'll list everything in here if you're not familiar with it. All the items that are available for Master Loot will appear in here. So what you do is you would select the item, and you would click the little dice up here. And what that will do is it will start an auction for it. And then people will whisper you with the phrase !bid. And what that does is it adds their name into an interested parties list. Everyone can bid on it. And then what it will do is it will go into, when the auction's done, which you can stop early by clicking it again, and then whenever it checks the timer, it will stop the auction and figure out who wins. It will grab each person in the list and find their priority. The person with the highest priority will automatically get the well, they don't get the item, but it will choose them. So let me go like this. Okay, yeah, no. Anyways, I can't get it to work where I get back to normal. At any rate, let us go ahead and worry about ties. I'll tell you about ties now. So let's say Yangi and I have the same PR. When the auction stops, it's going to have two names in the list, okay? Because they have the same PR value. And when it finds that, when there's more than one person, it will just randomly choose, random. Computers are random, right? It will randomly choose a winner, and then it will spit that person out. So you don't have to worry about ties. I've calculated that in. Now, I said before, it does not automatically assign the loot. I did not want to do that just in case, someone bids and then they change their mind. You can stop the auction and then assign it to whoever you think would win. You can do it yourself. That's basically the only thing I wanted to prevent, is automatic assigning to someone who didn't actually want it by accident. So I didn't want to leave that in the hands of the add-on. I would rather leave that into the hands of the well-deserved rank of Master Looter for the raid. So you will still have to assign the loot. Once you've assigned the loot, make sure before you bid or auction off the other one is you find that person you gave it to in the list, right click their name, and this award loot will actually work. Right now it doesn't do anything because we haven't actually auctioned an item yet. So just know it will not actually award loot unless it's been you've actually rolled on an item. And what it does is there's no config option for this, but like the value, because the value of the item is calculated based on tons and tons of data, which is a formula. It is in the description. You can read it and figure out what it's like. It will change probably as people test it and figure stuff out, but it averages for a white item, it's like 3,600 to 5,000 almost GP that it will award. So when you click this, it's going to add that to whoever you've selected, which plummets their priority all the way down to the bottom pretty much compared to everybody else. So that's pretty much looting. People can whisper you with the phrase standing, exclamation point standing. They can get their EPGP and PR. Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's not much else to say other than test it, break it, tell me what needs to be fixed, if something needs to be adjusted. I know there is a bug that I have to fix right now with the sorting of the list. 5 is a bigger number than 45. So yeah, I know about that. Don't worry about that. We have your sorting here so you can sort people by name, so it's easier to find them. Yeah, I don't know. Test it, reply in forums, post on Curse thing, let me know how it works, what doesn't work, what needs to change, things you want to see added. We have 3 more weekends left of this beta before launch. I would like to get as much done as possible so that when launch comes and people start doing the actual raids, they have a system in place that has been somewhat tested. So go forth and test, my brethrens. We will see you guys later.